So in my retrospective, I have several rules that I obey. The number one kind of movie that I would allow myself to watch is one that I always wanted to see or had always heard about, or had been asked, hey, have you seen and hadn't seen. Things such as that. Um, the second rule that's really important to me was to make sure that I didn't include anything like musicals or particularly musicals, because I just have no interest in them. So there's just no point in reviewing them. Now, the next thing you need to know is I'm only starting with for the videos, I'm only starting with I did these on Amazon reviews, but for the videos, I'm just keep talking about the ones that I actually kept my writings on, which that wasn't until 1980 and was the fifth movie of 1980. The rest of them, I would have to go find them on Amazon. I have no interest in doing that. But this one is a violation of the rule. The rule that I have always wanted to see it or knew greatly of it overrides the musical rule. So my first movie that I'm putting on here from the retrospective is Fame. It was the 75th movie in the retrospective. It's taken me multiple years to do this. I think I'm going on almost my fourth year of the retrospective. And I'm all the way up to 1984. I've taken about a 4-month break. It's just a lot of movies to watch. You know, you're trying to watch 10 movies or more within a year. That's a lot. Okay, that's enough. So I just thought you might be interested in why I'm doing movie reviews. And I'm trying to ultimately, if possible, offer a Christian perspective on that. That's why I'm including them here instead. And also it's good for the channel, just do a little bit of variety. All I can say about Fame after finally seeing it, so, you know, it spawned a television series. And I know way more about the TV series from the commercials. Because around this time, the television series V was out. And that's what I watched as a kid. I think V was out. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Anyway, I remember seeing the Fame commercials constantly. And then I never saw it. I just remember one scene where this guy said, I'm going to be your bodyguard whether you like it or not. Okay. This was, if you're familiar with DuPont Manual High School in Louisville, Kentucky, you'd be familiar with a very strange school. It's for performing arts. Now, how do I know it's a strange school? Well, I've known a lot of people that have gone there. Also went to a prom there. And when I was, this was back in the 90s, and I was like, oh, okay, we're going to be weird tonight. Really weird. And I just did a lot of, early in life, I did a lot of performing arts. I wanted to do acting. And I think I could have made a career out of it. I wouldn't have been like, I'm not saying I would have been a big movie star or anything like that, but I think I could have. When I say a career, like in the terms of I could have done maybe some more community theater than I've ever done and stuff like that. And made it a big part of my life, although it's a tough thing to do. All right. And I've been around these types, and I'm going to tell you the vast majority of them are pretty strange. And if you've been around the acting world, you know that not everybody, but a good portion of these people are a little weird. And Fame finds it hits that nail right on the head. All right. And it's very interesting. There's a paradox in Fame because the central focus of Fame is these characters. They are just hitting on all cylinders. This movie it all takes place within one building. And they're just focusing on the characters. And yet, they are extraordinarily shallow. They were incredibly shallow. They were just archetypes. They were there to talk about social issues. They really weren't. They're pathetic. Like, even by weirdo standard, even by weirdo artsy fartsy standards, they were weird because they had to represent something else. You know what I mean? And additionally, the dialogue was so incredibly contrived. What the dialogue literally was like listening to writers in a writing room talk about the best way to have characters talk about things. It was almost like, yeah, it was just so ultra clever, you know, that no one talked like that. I'm making it sound so bad that it's good. No, it's really bad. Don't ever see it. It's not so bad it's good. It's not. It's just funny looking back at how tragically bad it actually is. The overall perspective is hilarious on that. Somebody would do this? Yeah, somebody did this. But don't go see it. Don't rent it. Don't watch it. Don't waste your time. It is a really bad movie. And again, to fail this bad, to make the movie about the characters and it be this bad. If you want to do a case study on melodrama, watch Fame. That is melodrama, unearned dramatic moments, just one after another. Highlight of the movie for me when I watched it was some guy was trying to be ultra cool, and in the process of looking both ultra cool and being artsy fartsy right in the middle of public, he starts rubbing his junk. Yeah, that's something there. Wow, I got a lot out of that. And then, of course, in the 80s, in television, in movies, you always have to have some sophist, somebody out there that just has to make some extraordinarily shallow point about Christianity. And at one point there is a comment on the difficulty of being practical or prayerful. Which one should you be? Because you can't be both. No. It's a strict dichotomy. You can't pray and be practical. No, that's not possible. Can't do that. No. We've talked about it on this channel. Go read Acts. Paul's given a prophecy and he's still practical. But this is just the kind of nonsense that as a Christian you just have to listen to all the time. Just constant ignorance. But they had to throw the 2 cents in there, and this just... Anyway, so I gave Fame 1 star, I think, because you can't give 0 stars. I think I gave it 0 stars. No, I think you have to give at least 1 on Amazon. So I gave it 1 star, and I put the pros for some people that a dude rubs his junk in public, and the cons for most people that a dude rubs his junk in public. And it comes out of the blue, and you're watching going, wow, they're trying really hard to make this guy cool. And then you go, oh, wow, okay. Is that cool? Okay. I don't think that was cool for anybody young or old. Huh? All right, anyway, don't see it. Don't do it.